Hello, my name is Katie Hanlon. I'm the clinical lead for Frimley ICS for children and young people's asthma care. And today I'm going to do a short webinar. Today is actually World Asthma Day. It's the 7th of May 2024, and it's a short update on asthma and also how you can be really empowered to control your child's asthma or your own asthma and really take control of your asthma care. So when we talk about asthma, we know that children and young people, we have one of the highest rates of children and young people attending hospital with asthma in the UK and also worldwide. And it is the most common chronic condition that children and young people have in the UK. So what asthma is asthma? And we know that it's an inflammation inside your airways. And for whatever reason, your airways get triggered by this inflammation, and this inflammation is chronic. It doesn't go away, but there are times when it varies. So we know that there's times when your asthma symptoms seem okay, and there's also times when episodes where all your asthma flares up and your asthma symptoms get worse. But there's no cure for asthma at the moment, but it is usually an easily controlled condition. So what we look for, we usually control it with inhalers. So the two inhalers that you can see, the brown and the blue inhaler that you see on the screen here, are usually the most common treatments that we give for asthma. And then the red and white inhaler at the top of the screen, that's a dry powdered inhaler. And that usually in children, you don't get changed onto that inhaler until you're around 10 or 12. But the most important inhaler that you can take for your asthma is your preventer inhaler, which is the steroid inhaler that you're given. And this is usually taken twice a day. And it takes around 4 to 6 weeks for it really to work fully. And so that's why we say it's really important for you to take it twice a day. It works for 12 hours. And this inhaler works on the inflammation inside your airway. So you can see where that inflammation's really built up in that image where someone's having an asthma attack. And, there's a lot of swelling inside the airway. The airways is already narrower. So we know that the air's you're going to work really hard to get air in and out of that airway. So the brown inhaler, and they can be lots of different colours as well, the steroid inhaler, but that's the inhaler that works, and it prevents your asthma from building up. And so that's why we recommend that you take it even when you feel well. But we want you to be on the lowest dose of steroid inhaler, so that's where your dosage can sometimes vary as well. The blue inhaler, all the blue inhaler does is where you've got those muscle bands around your airways, when you come in contact with a trigger or your asthma is playing up, those muscle bands tighten up. So all the blue inhaler does is relax those muscles. So it doesn't help with any of the inflammation inside your airway. So that's why we say, although the blue inhaler works when you've got asthma symptoms, the most important inhaler that you can take is your preventer inhaler, which is your steroid inhaler. So one of the main things you can do to really empower your child and to get your child's asthma under control is to have an asthma action plan. And you will get one of these if you go to your GP or practice nurse and have your annual asthma review. And this is where you're given your asthma action plan and someone goes through it with you. And this is an older one from Asthma and Lung UK, and they have updated it since then. But it doesn't matter what type of asthma plan you get, as long as you get an asthma plan and someone goes through it with you and explains it. And the green section, it's done like a traffic light section. The green section is when your asthma isn't playing up on a day-to-day basis, what medicines you should take every day. And it goes into when you need to take your blue inhaler, how much. And we always say with your blue inhaler, take 2 puffs and review if you've got asthma symptoms and you need to see, you're using your blue inhaler and you just want to to get rid of those asthma symptoms. So you might feel short of breath, your chest might feel a bit tight, but you can still do all of your daily activities, but your asthma is just starting to play up. Take 2 puffs of your blue inhaler, and so we say 2 and review, and you leave it for 15 minutes and see if that works. And usually that does work. But one of the red flags in asthma is to say that if you are using your blue inhaler more than 2 or 3 times a week, that is not normal, and that shows us that your asthma is not well controlled, or your child's asthma is not well controlled. Your blue inhaler should last you for 6 months or more. So if it doesn't, then, and if you're using your blue inhaler a lot more frequently than that, then actually we want to see you back at your GP surgery, and your practice nurse will want to see you, because your asthma is not well controlled. So really the blue inhaler should only be used infrequently. But if you need to use it, then do use it. There's no harm in using it, but we don't want you to rely on that blue inhaler to control your asthma symptoms. Your asthma symptoms should be controlled by your preventer inhaler. So you can actually reduce those asthma symptoms. And asthma symptoms are a lot of different things. It might be just shortness of breath, feeling that tightness in your chest. It might be coughing, so you've got that dry cough, that constant cough, things like that, waking up at night with a cough, not being able to keep up with your friends when they're exercising, or when you're walking you feel more out of breath than your friends do. So all of those symptoms can show us that your asthma is not as well controlled as it can be. And then the red section is when you're having an asthma attack. But if you can see, if we overlay the different airways onto the different parts of the asthma plan, you can see that obviously the green section is where the airway's wide open. That it looks like a normal airway there, so the air is going to flow really easily through that airway. It's nice and big. And then number 2, so above the amber section, you can see that the airway is quite swollen, isn't it? There's a bit of swelling inside that airway. So for whatever reason, maybe you've come in contact with a trigger and your airway's beginning to play up. So you're that swelling's there. So you can see that actually using your preventer inhaler, your steroid inhaler, will really give you the maximum chance of keeping that airway as open as it can be. So if you come in contact with the trigger, you may just stay in that orange section. So, and it gives you all of the step guide of what to do if you are in that orange section, and how much of the blue inhaler you should take. Then in the red section is when you're having an asthma attack, and you can see that that airway is very narrow now, and also it's got the banding, so the muscle banding around that airway has started to tighten up. And this is where the blue inhaler will come into play, because the blue inhaler will relax those muscles, it will open up that airway, but it doesn't affect that swelling inside the airway. You need to take steroids to actually reduce that swelling inside the airway. And people worry about taking steroids, but actually taking a steroid inhaler is the lowest dose that you can do. And we also know that children who take who have their asthma is adequately controlled when they're children, they need less medication as they get older. So it's really getting on top of that control, that asthma control at a young age, is the best thing you can do for your child. And obviously, with a preventer inhaler, with a steroid inhaler, we want you to be on the lowest dose you can be. So go into those regular asthma reviews with your GP or your practice nurse is the best way of controlling your asthma and being on the lowest dose of the steroid inhaler you can be. So when you're using, this is what we called an MDI. So this is the type of inhaler that a lot of children are given, especially under the age of around 10. And it's a metered dose inhaler. The medicine comes out at around 70 miles an hour. So if you don't take it with a spacer, then a lot of the time, unless you've got a really good inhaler technique, the medicine will hit the back of your throat and you'll end up swallowing it, like you can see on this diagram here. The majority of that medicine has ended up in the stomach and has just been swallowed. If you take it with a spacer and you have to shake that inhaler before you use it. For each time you use it, you have to shake it, otherwise you get more of the propellant than you do actually the medicine. So you shake it, you pop it in your spacer, you make a really good tight seal around that mouthpiece, and then you take 5 really nice deep, slow breaths once you press the inhaler down. If you hear a whistling sound when you're taking your when you're using your spacer, then you're just breathing too hard, or your child is, and just get them to relax, just get them to slow everything down and do 5 really nice deep breaths. And that's the best technique. If you go on to Asthma and Lung UK, there's lots of videos on how to take your inhaler. If you're using a dry powder device, it's a slightly different instructions. So definitely, if you're changed onto a different inhaler, make sure that you are taking it the right way. And Asthma and Lung UK have all of the videos for any inhaler that's available in the UK. So these are some of the different inhalers that you may find in children. We see a lot of children who are given the yellow aero chamber. That is actually fine up until the age of 10, but we tend to change children over onto a mouthpiece instead of using the mask at around the age of around 4 or 5. The red and white inhaler at the bottom of the screen, and also the purple one at the top, the round one, the AccuHaler, they are both dry powdered inhalers. And again, the best inhaler for you, the best inhaler for the planet, are dry powdered inhalers for the environmental side of things. But the best inhaler is the one that you're going to use, and also the one that you're going to use properly. This is our link to Healthier Together. It's got asthma pages. So if you search Healthier Together asthma, Frimley, there's lots of information on asthma, and also you can translate any of the pages into up to 150 different languages. And there's also a recite me function as well. There's also apps that you can get. So this is a Breathe Easy digital health passport, and this is an app which is really good for anyone who has asthma, and it will send you alerts. You can upload your asthma action plan, and it's a really good way of keeping your asthma under control. This is a QR code. If you can just give me some feedback from these webinars, that would be great. And if you want anything else explained for asthma, then please let me know. So thank you for listening, and take care.